So hopefully this doesn't happen too much for you, that you find a good strategic plan in the bin and then also find yourself doing something quite similar for the next strategic plan. It doesn't necessarily represent growth in many ways. I mean, some of the things that you might want to think about that we've picked up, and I'm not going to harp on the dark side too much, but from a bad strategy perspective, you might, for example, notice some strategic documentation or framing around strategy that is all aspiration without stating how you're going to achieve that. The core work is always the same. Discover a couple of simple, crucial factors and design a way just to bring them together, really, and demystify the strategic planning process as much as possible. In other words, in all three of those examples, growth versus profitability, short-term versus long-term, and the center versus the parts, you've got to choose one of those. You can't do both of those effectively, and I think that's often where we stumble. We want to be seen to be able to handle those tensions effectively. And that wisdom is that you've got to start with the why. That people cannot necessarily continue with the what and the how until they're very, very clear on the rationale, first of all, but also the compelling emotional reason to do what they do. Cynthia Montgomery, who's a Harvard Business School lecturer for a program for business owners, entrepreneurs, starts her class on strategy with the question, if you closed your doors today, would people suffer any real loss? Would they be able to go out and find another place that could meet their needs just as well if you closed your doors? So just a few pointers on execution. The first is that it's not easy to get right. And I think we know this because it's executed through people and we're not always aligned on what we should be doing. And what is more, we may not, even if we are aligned, we may not have the capability to do it. So there's the two aspects to that. We get frustrated with attitude. That's one aspect that we try to change in others. But often capability is a strong obstacle to successful execution as well.